straight from the back, posted in the act. Got to hit the club, we've been mobbing all day. On some Jono, VIP stats. Look around the club, what do I say? Everybody rocking side to side to the beat. Snapping their fingers, bouncing to the groove. All by themselves, that's the new move. Where I'm from, we like to go dumb. I'm soaking up the game, I'm seeing how it's done. I ain't shorty what they call it, she said the pool palace. Straight from Bankhead, I said you're good at it. Do what you do, you and your crew. They even got players and thugs doing it too. The more that I the more it's looking smooth. It's nothing to a boss. I can two.
Snap your fingers, but do you still? You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Hey, snap your fingers, but do you still? You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Hey,
chillin' in the build. There we again.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today we've got an intriguing NFC matchup lined up here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Detroit Lions.
Everybody rocking side to side to the beat. Snapping like bouncing to the groove. All by themselves, that's the new move.
The kicker, Jake Bates, has this one on the tee. He'll run up and send this one away here at Ford Field. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Set, ready,
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
45, white. Watch out now, 52. Set.
Young. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Well, that's complete to Sanders. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Down. 10 black. Stand. Hut. Stand.
Now Young. Now he'll tuck this and run. He tried to fit it in back over the middle, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 33.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a first and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll run for the first time with the speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Hold on. Check. What's that?
Out of the gun, Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he'll have it cross midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
10 at the 41-yard line.
Got 180. Cut.
Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Tershawn Wharton. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Red, here we go, set. 52 blue, red, yellow. Set.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They run here with Dowdle. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Down, ready?
3rd down, Young from the gun. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Young and the offense staying put. They're going to go for it.
Let's go now. 10 black.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. On 4th down on is Ryan Fitzgerald for the Carolina field goal. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
And a 42-yard line here and brought down there.
A gain of 4 yards. That's good for the Lions. First down.
From the gun, here's Goff. This to Laporta, right side. They'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make it second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 49-yard line.
Hold on. Check.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Back to throw, Goff. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Second and 10. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
Louis.
Goff now looking to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense is seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
22-yard line.
Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're on the losing end of things here. What do they need to do if they're going to turn things around, CD?
Partner, it's awfully close to being a must drive here, I think, for them, because I think a touchdown here in this opening drive is something they absolutely have to have. They only managed 3 points in the first half. They know that's not going to get it done. So without adding pressure to them, they already know the stakes. They need a touchdown here to get things started.
Well, they trail by 3, and they just got 3 yards to start the third quarter. 2nd and 7.
180. Hey, shell. What's that?
Goff now looks to throw. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
So offense moving a little too slow there, could not get set, and they get the penalty. That flag, that'll push him back 5. And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay. Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Here's Goff. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. This is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
Following the interception, Young. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the Lions' 25-yard line.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Young to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He's into space past the 25. Touchdown, Carolina! Rico Dowdle, 33 yards. And the Panthers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
38-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Gone. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, 58 yards. And the Lions have got it back to within a score. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
A Goff and that Lions offense staying on the field. They'll try for 2.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They're going to try and run. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing, Young. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
Down. Hut.
A running play. It's Dowdle. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 43-yard line.
Here we go, set. 5, 60, 45, 1.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, ready?
2nd and 11.
Let's go. 22 needle, blue, 32, 52 blaster. Ready?
They'll try to throw now. Young. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Lions are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the first.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now gone. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Lions first down.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for...
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Scoring has really been at a premium. And Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Black 40. Green gap. Ready.
Now back to throw. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle.
Complete to Rico.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we got a 1-score game.
And it's 3rd down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
33, right blue. Cut.
Young now. He'll try and do this himself. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be out, down inside the 20 and at the 15.
Okay.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
At the 15-yard line.
On the run, it's Dowdle. And they get to him quickly here as he stops right around the 13.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Down. Ready?
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And that's knocked away and incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
And his kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Fighting through at the 25. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Goff. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
Under 50 seconds to play. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
22-yard line.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Goff now to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now it's Goff. And this throw incomplete. Oh, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
32.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.